Hi, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review, and this time something very exciting. It's a bottle of Cantillon's Lou Pepe, and this is the Framboise. The unique thing about Lou Pepe, a novel gueuze is produced by the blending of an old lambic and a young lambic, and the adding of the young lambic to the old lambic creates another level of fermentation. With this one, all they use is a 2-year-old lambic. A 2-year-old lambics are usually a little bit more mellow and a bit more fruity. And what they do, instead of adding a young lambic to it, they add a sugary liquor, and that in the barrel creates that secondary fermentation and kind of gets those natural yeasts working once again. It's also added to Bordeaux wine barrels as well. So let's get this open. We were going to go out this afternoon, but the weather's absolutely horrible around here, and my wife's a big fan of lambics, so I thought we'd have a nice beer. Ooh, it's already trying to sneak its way out of the bottle. That's interesting. That the cork must not be that tight. Anyway, I'm just going to switch off, and I'll start opening this because there's a cork in it as well as a crown cap. So I'll see you in a second. Hi, I'm back. Got the cork screw in. Just about to pull it out. Hopefully it won't be too lively. Ooh. Loads of smoke kind of come out of that. I was expecting a quite lively beer, but it might be all that barrel aging kind of quietens it down a bit. It's still pouring out, is that smoke. Just got a nice little flute. I guess there's a bit of a contradiction in how you serve a lambic. In Belgium, Cantillon, I guess, are one of the ones that have made gueuze a very revered thing. They produce a flute for their glass. This isn't a Cantillon glass, but it's very similar. But traditionally they use a tumbler, just a really boring glass. But anyway, onto the beer. I had a bit of a little fizzy head for a short while then, of kind of pinkish big bubbles. An incredible looking beer though. Look at the state of that. It's like a really bright kind of red, really kind of lush crimson colour. It looks fantastic. A few bubbles of carbonation springing from the bottle, but yeah, it's an incredible looking beer. I've never had this before. Even when I visited the Cantillon brewery, I brought back a bottle of the gueuze for a friend, but I didn't have enough space in the case for me. Anyway, let's have a sniff. I had a kind of a bit of a preview because a little bit seemed to be on top of the cork, which was strange. It might have been as soon as I released the cap. It kind of released a little bit of pressure within the bottle. Anyway, oh wow, that is incredible. It's not as tart as a traditional gueuze, and I guess that's the thing that they say. They try and make the fruit element of it be a lot more exaggerated and a lot more upfront, and it's incredible. This is the Framboise. So it is all about tart, fresh raspberries. It's not like a jammy raspberry kind of quality. It's like a fresh raspberry. Oh wow! Not much of that sour kind of acidity, that mustiness you sometimes get from a gueuze. Wow, that's incredible. But yeah, just kind of. There's a kind of caster sugar edge to it as well. That kind of sweetness mixed in with the raspberries. But wow, that smells incredible. I've never smelled anything like it, and I'm really looking forward to this. So cheers. Oh. That's so different. It's so similar. It's definitely a gueuze, but it's very tart. But there's a mellow tartness to it. It's not as spritzy. It's not as bubbly and cutting as an average gueuze is. Oh, it smells incredible. Anyway, and I'm not getting as much fruit In the mouth, as I did on the nose is really fruity, but in the mouth it's all about these kind of angles of sharpness and acidity. There's a fizz to it. There's not a fizz to the actual beer, but in the mouth there's a fizzing on your tongue. Yeah, bitterness, tartness, kind of lemon peel, like a really, just loads of acidic, citric kind of qualities to it. And it ends really nice and clean, lovely, absolutely beautiful, with a bit of a raspberry edge, but with that definite kind of Gueuze quality. Jammy, got a little bit more jam than like a raspberry jam, and it's opening up a bit more. Yeah, that kind of, those raspberries are really kind of like coating my mouth, and it's a real sensory experience, is this beer, because it looks incredible. It smells so fruity and alive, and in the mouth it's so bitter and cutting and sharp, but very, very, very enjoyable. That is an absolutely incredible beer. One what I've never had before, and I'll be definitely having again soon. I think it's the Great British Beer Festival in a couple of weeks' time, which I'm attending. I think we've got some Cantillon in barrels, so that's going to be incredible, especially at 5%. You'd be crazy not to indulge in some of the best Belgian beer, probably the premier Gueuze producer in the world, one of the very few actual Gueuze brewers and blenders together. I mean, it's an incredible brewery. The hype over this beer is completely justified. Cantillon Lou Pepe Framboise 2008. If you get the rare opportunity to get this beer, it's in very, very small quantities, but shop around, you'll definitely find some, and don't make the mistake of passing over, because this is an exceptional and very unique beer. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.